guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Rita. Today we're going to be discussing my favorite products from 2021. I don't feel like I got as many products like compared to other years, but I do have a big spread here in front of me, so let's just get right into it. Before we begin with my first product, I would really appreciate it if you decide to subscribe. It's very easy. All you need to do is hit the little subscribe button that's down here, and be sure to also hit the little bell so you get notified every time that I post in this channel. Although most of us are still processing 2020, we're literally about to step into 2022, and that just blows my mind. I'm sure yours too. And I don't want to sound very repetitive because I know everyone's starting this video saying like, how is it already end of 2021? But yeah, how did we get here? Anyway, I have in front of me a full spread of everything that I tried, not everything, my favorite products that I tried from this year. Some of these are not new from this year, they weren't released 2021, but they're definitely new products to me in this year. For my very first product, I have a foundation. I actually didn't try a lot of foundations this year, but this one was definitely a good one, and it's probably one of my favorites that I have in my rotation right now. This one is the Catrice True Skin Hydrating Foundation. I've got mine in the shade Neutral Sand. I got this not so long ago, I want to say around 5 months ago, maybe a little bit less, as a recommendation from Tati. I did hear her talk about this in her channel, so I wanted to try it out. It is a beautiful satin finish foundation. It is of course what I have on today, and I'm going to be putting here a clip of everything as I apply it. It is a true satin, so it'll give you that very natural finish. I feel like on my dry skin, or like normal to dry skin, it looks very beautiful. It goes on very smooth. It sits on the skin really beautifully. It just kind of like absorbs nicely. It gives you a medium coverage, but I feel like you can amp it up just a tiny bit. So it's just a perfect everyday foundation. I feel like it looks beautiful. It doesn't look heavy. It doesn't look greasy. It's just a perfect in-between foundation, and I really been loving it. I'm not one to really talk much about powders, but this year I found two that I really love. The first one being from the drugstore. This one is the Essence My Skin Perfector. I got this from Ulta at a random trip that I was trying to find a full face of drugstore makeup. This one is really good. Reminds me so much to the Hourglass loose powder that I used to love for years. And this one is the closest that I've ever found. It's very finely milled, it's very lightweight, it powders your face and gives you like that natural matte finish. So it's gonna be matte, but it's not gonna be overly matte that dries your skin, which for someone with a more drier skin type, this definitely is a winner. My next powder is going to be the most beautiful component ever, and I am so happy I decided to pick this up. And actually, as a whole, this was the first time that I tried Besame Cosmetics. This one is the translucent powder that came with the Marilyn Monroe collection. The most stunning packaging. Look at this beautiful, very heavy metal component. Open it up and you get the mirror, and you have the actual product, which is a translucent powder you can use all over your face. And once again, someone with more normal to dry, I look for powders to be very lightweight, to not dry my skin but sets my makeup, especially because I do use concealer around my eyes and nose and mouth to cover the vitiligo. I always powder those areas, and I want my powder to look beautiful and not make my skin look dry, or whenever you have dry skin and then powders is not always gonna be your best friend. This one is definitely my best friend. I really love it, and it does not hurt that it comes in this beautiful packaging. Another category that surprised me was bronzers. I did get 4 new bronzers this year that absolutely blew my mind. 3 of them being more affordable, and then one a very higher end one. So the 2 cheapest ones that I got, that honestly I would not know that they're this cheap if they had like a different packaging, are going to be the Essence ones. So this one, I've got one in the matte bronzing powder and then the luminous bronzing powder. These are both humongous packages. So these ones are going to be 15 grams of product, so very big. This one is the luminous. It's this beautiful glowy bronzer. It's just super finely milled. It gives the skin this beautiful radiance to it. I just love it. I don't think you can see the swatch in there. It's very stunning. If this were in a different packaging, I would not think they were like $5 or $6. This one is the matte. It's beautiful to define your face, to do a little bit of contouring, and then you go on top with this one. Very stunning. Another bronzer that I got from the drugstore, or like drugstore prices, is going to be the Soul Body from the ColourPop family. This one is a cream bronzer. Reminds me a lot of the Chanel that I still have, but I really don't showcase in my channel anymore. I've had it for a long time. I'm gonna be using it up and then getting rid of it and not buying it anymore, because if you're new to my channel, I only buy cruelty-free makeup now. So this is a really good one. It goes on very smooth on the skin. Although it's not really considered to be a contour, it's an actual bronzer. I feel like it defines the face very beautifully. It blends very easy. It's just a product that I love for my everyday. And again, I feel like it is a pretty good dupe for the Chanel one. For the last bronzer, we've got one that's very, very pricey. This one is from Victoria Beckham. This is her matte bronzing brick. So as the name suggests, you're gonna get two matte bronzers, one more really contouring, and then one that's gonna be a little bit warmer to bronze your face. It comes with a big mirror. This component had some issues since I ordered it. You kind of like have to press really hard for it to like completely close. It was a bit of a downside because this is a very pricey product, but the product itself is really beautiful, and I love how both of them are matte, but they still give you this beautiful bronzy look to your face. So this I believe came out like on the spring or summer, I really can't remember. It has been one of my go-to bronzers for the fall and winter, just because during fall and winter I really don't want to be like super bronzed in a way with like a shimmering bronzer or a glowy bronzer. I want to have a natural matte bronzer, and this is just the perfect thing for that. It'll give you the matte bronze that you're looking for, but it also defines. It's just very, very beautiful, and it's also very finely milled. It blends very easily, so you don't really have to think about it. Just throw in your brush, throw your bronzer in, and it's gonna give you that beautiful definition to your face that I just love. I do have the most beautiful highlight that I purchased this year, and it was released this year by Lisa Eldridge. This one is her Elevated Glow. Beautiful liquid highlighters. I've got mine in the shade Cosmic Rose. This is perfect for really like a multitasking. I've used it as a semi-primer, so like applying it underneath my foundation in the higher points of my face. I've used it like you see today here on the clip. I'm just using it as an actual highlighter. It's very easy to blend. You can either blend it with your fingers, with a brush, with your sponge. It's going to be also very glowy, but it has no physical like shimmer to it. So you can't really see any like particles of glitter or shimmer. It's just gonna give you that beautiful glow from within that I just absolutely love. She still has this available in the website, so if you're interested in a new highlight, I would highly suggest you look into this one. She does have a range of different shades, so you can pick, I believe that she has like 4 or 5 different ones. So you can find one that you'll love. I wanted a more pinkish hue to mine, so this is the one that I got, and honestly, I am in love with it. I do have 2 blushes that really blew my mind this year. The first one being a cream one by Rare Beauty. These ones were released at the beginning of this year. I've got mine in the shade Nearly Rose and Nearly Nude. I wanted to go for Nearly Rose to show it today because it is what I use today. I love using a more brighter pink during the fall winter, which we are already basically in winter, I believe, whenever this video comes out. So this is just beautiful. She does have a couple more in this line, and they are stunning. They go on very nicely and they blend so seamlessly on the skin. I feel like this is more kind of like a cream to powder, so you apply it and it's gonna be cream, but whenever you're touching it in between your fingers and whenever you apply it, I feel like it goes on and dries as a regular powder would, which is very interesting, and I really love these ones. For my second favorite blush of the year, in no particular order, the Patrick Ta. I was introduced to this only this year. I believe I picked this one at the beginning of the year on the first Sephora BIB sale. I've got this one in the shade She's So LA. No, this is not a new product, but it is new to me. It comes with a powder blush, and then you get a cream one. This shade in particular is my favorite. I do own 2 now. I've got this one and the more pinkish one, but this one is so pretty. I love wearing this whenever I just want to do a very easy laid back look, or if I'm going for a smoky eye or like a heavier eye look, I go for this one. It's such a perfect neutral. Or you can also use this if you're lighter than my skin, like a bronzer. Very stunning, and I love how both of the shades complement each other and how they actually perform together or, you know, by themselves. Very beautiful blush by Perfector. I wasn't sure if I should mention this as a favorite because it is a fairly new product, but as a general rule, I love and have as a favorite the Hourglass palettes. This one is the newest one, released earlier a couple months ago. I love mine. This one is in the shade Universe Edit, and it is the lighted one out of the two that they came out with. I've been using it. I did bring it with me to the trip to Mexico, which is where I am right now. It is just beautiful. I love all the shades. I was a little iffy at the beginning with the finishing powder, but now I really use it and love it. So I have no issues with this palette. I feel like it is perfect for traveling. You get everything in one. If you do your makeup on the go, it is something that you should consider looking into it because you have all of your face powders in one, and the formula is just beautiful. Probably one of my favorite and best powders out there. All of the shades are beautiful and they perform beautifully with that also glow from within, just kind of like the Lisa Eldridge highlight but in a powder form. Very, very stunning product. Let's move on with eyeshadows. I do have quite some products left, so I'm gonna try to speed it up. So the very first palette I want to talk about is the Major Dimension by Patrick Ta. I'm gonna be linking down below any videos related to any of these palettes. So this is a beautiful, perfect everyday neutral palette. I feel like even if you have other neutral palettes, this is, you know, it is different. It has a row of full mattes, and then you've got a row of shimmering shades, and then you also get two cream products, which I really love to use as a base. The shades itself are very neutral, are very like brownish, orangey tones. If you like this kind of shades, I feel like this palette will not disappoint. All of the shades are very blendable. The shimmers are very stunning. They're very glowy, which I absolutely love. So this palette was definitely what brought me back to bigger size palettes because I wasn't buying them for a little while. But this is something that I definitely recommend. If you like neutrals, if you like nudes, like more nude palettes, more nude eye looks, something you should definitely consider getting. Now let's move on to one that I have two palettes from. This brand is gonna be Natasha Denona. I did pick up this two this year. The retro palette in the big version was just released this year. It is what I have on my eyes today, and you can see the clip here, just me applying it, just very basic, just used 3 eyeshadows out of this. But I love pink eyeshadow, so whenever this was released, I knew I had to get it. I love all of the shades. I've done many looks with it on my everyday. I just like to grab this palette, throw one of the more medium shades on my crease, and then whichever I'm feeling like for all over my lid as a shimmering. All of the shades really perform very beautifully, very easy to blend, very easy to apply on your eyes with a finger or with a brush. It is just a very versatile palette, and you can create a lot of different looks. Of course, very pink mauvey, but still, if you like pink shadows, I feel like you would definitely enjoy this. I picked up a little Natasha Denona, the mini nude palette. This wasn't released this year, I don't believe so. I think this is quite old, but this is, you know, new to me and this year, and I really love it. This is another palette that I would feel travels very friendly because you can go for very neutral looks, like, you know, including the lighter shades. You can definitely amp it up with the darker shades. Although it's like a teeny tiny palette, I feel like you can definitely squeeze a lot of eye looks out of this. It is going to be, of course, also very neutral shades, but I really like this for my everyday, and you can go very easily from like day to night and create a more smoky look with the same little palette. So once again, this is the mini nude. To finish up with eyeshadows, of course, I had to mention Charlotte Tilbury as it is my favorite brand. And for this year, I did try 2 that really blew my mind. One of them is fairly new, but the more that I use it, the more that I like it. I know whenever I did this review, we're talking about the Pearlescent Celestial Pearl palette. I wasn't too sure of it, like I was saying, it's not one of my favorites, but now that I've had a little more time to play with it, I really, really love it. I feel like it gives you that perfect pearlescent look that is gonna be almost like a wet eyeshadow look. It's very, very beautiful and also very on point with Charlotte Tilbury and the way she does makeup. So this I really, really like. And then in the same kind of idea of like almost wet eye look, this one is going to be an older release. I believe this was released January or February, like very early in the year. This is the Hollywood Flawless Eye Filter. I've got this one in the shade Star Aura. These shades are also pretty neutral, very basic, but once on your eyes, they give the most stunning glow. This is just, if I could encapsulate like Charlotte Tilbury's go-to eye look, I think it would be this one. This little palette, Star Aura. All the shades are very beautiful and very glowy. It gives the prettiest makeup look. My very last eyeshadow, I have to mention one of my favorites from Charlotte Tilbury, like one of my favorite products from the line. This is going to be the Eyes to Mesmerize eyeshadows. These are her cream shadows. This one in particular is gonna be Pillow Talk. This was released earlier this year. It is this beautiful pinkish nudie shade that honestly goes perfect for your everyday. It's the perfect one and done makeup look. Just grab this with your finger, tap all over your lid, blend it into your crease. You can also use like a little synthetic brush, blend it, you know, on the crease, and it is so easy, so fast. And I feel like this specific shade is perfect for like your everyday, where you can just switch the look so easily by just going for like a nude lip, going for a more bold, like a red, and it'll look so stunning with whatever you apply with it. It's such a good look, this Pillow Talk, that I am so happy she came out with this one for this year. My go-to brow products this year have been these two guys together. So the Brow Freeze by Anastasia, and then the Brow Lift by Charlotte Tilbury. I have been using this for some months now, and the way that I prefer to use them is first go with the Brow Lift and then just finish up with the gel. I feel like it gives me that beautiful, more feathery eyebrow look that I just love. Up next we have the lipstick that I'm wearing today, which is the most beautiful, very sleek, very fancy, luxurious packaging. This one is Victoria Beckham in the Posh Lipsticks. I've got mine in the shade Sway, and I definitely want to pick up a couple more, but they are pretty pricey, so I am waiting on some kind of sale. I didn't get anything during the Black Friday sale, which I probably should have. This one is the Perfect Mauve. Whenever I got it was the summer, and as soon as I opened it and tried it, I was like, this is gonna be the perfect lipstick for the fall and winter. It is a satin formula, so it goes on very smooth on the lips. It also adds a lot of hydration, but it's not going to be like a sheer lipstick. It's a beautiful satin that provides full opacity. To finish up with lip products, I do have 4 from Lisa Eldridge, 3 being lipsticks and 1 lip gloss. So first off, we have 2 True Velvets from this latest release. The beautiful Velvet Cinnabar. This is going to be a perfect winter shade. It is like a burnt red with some brown on it. Very stunning. Reminds me of my mom's lipsticks from back in the 90s. I really, really love this shade. And then on the quite opposite side, we've got a very pretty pink on the shade Velvet Petal. Super, super pretty. I love this. This is such a romantic pink, and I like this so much that I wanted to get the matching lip gloss, which of course I did. I really love Lisa Eldridge lip glosses. They're very hydrating on the lips, so not only are they gonna give you that beautiful glossy look to the lips, but they're also going to be very hydrating, and these ones are full opaque. So it's not gonna be like a clear gloss, it is like a full opacity. So you do get this shade on your lips, but in a glossy formula, which I really love. And for the very last lipstick from hers is going to be Kitten Mischief. This one was literally my go-to for quite some months. I was just using this every single day. Very stunning, very easy to just throw in your lips. It gives you, at least on me, it's like my perfect Your Lips but better. It is her satin formula, so it's not gonna be as opaque as the Velvet Mattes or like as the True Velvets, but still a beautiful satin, very comfortable on the lips to wear every day and give me that perfect My Lips But Better shade. I really, really love Kitten Mischief. For the very last product, we have the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray, my favorite setting spray. I fell in love with this product. I don't remember when I got it this year, but it is just beautiful. It'll set your makeup and give you a little bit of extra glowy goodness without making your face look oily or greasy, and it helps your makeup last much longer as opposed to like not using this or like using a different product. I really love it. I feel like it is definitely worth the money. It is kind of pricey, but I just really love it. I think it's definitely worth it. I wanted to leave the only two products that are not makeup for the very last. So the first one is going to be a moisturizer. This one is by Pharmacy. This is the Honey Halo. I love this moisturizer. It is going to be more on the thicker side, but it is so moisturizing. It gives you a very rich cream, but it's not going to be greasy. It doesn't feel heavy. It absorbs very nicely and fast into the skin. I do have normal to dry skin, but I feel like anyone, like any complexion, would be happy with this moisturizer if you like a very thick, rich moisturizer. I feel like even if you have more oily skin, you could still use this because it does not feel greasy at all, and it doesn't make your skin feel oily. It just leaves a beautiful moisture barrier, which I absolutely love. And then lastly, the perfume that I have been wearing basically every single day since I got it. This one is the Wild Poppy by Nest Fragrances. It is definitely a more spring summer. I haven't really used it as much right now on the fall and winter, but during spring and summer I used it every single day. I would even sleep with it because there is nothing like waking up smelling delicious. And this, oh my goodness, Wild Poppy, I really love it. If you're looking for a new perfume for like the spring, or even now, let's say even now, it's so good. I would highly recommend this one. Okay, you guys, so that's gonna be my 2021 wrap. All my very favorite products that I tried this year. Let me know in the comments down below if any of these products are also part of your favorites, or maybe they're on your wish list. I would 100% recommend all of these products. I really like them, but also remember that whatever works for me might not work for you, and then the other way around. So also in the comments down below, leave me some of your recommendations, like what were your favorite products of the year, because I always love to shop for makeup. Anyway, you guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!